All right. Good morning, Mr. Mitchell. Again, this is Judge Pitts. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. This is your first appearance, which means you're here for me to inform you of your charges, set your bond, and give your next court date. You do have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one may be appointed to represent you.
Yes,
There is
ma'am.
an application that you must complete and possibly a fee for you to pay. You also have the right to what's called a probable cause or preliminary hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
At that hearing, the officer will be present, possibly any victims or witnesses. Everyone will have a chance to be heard. The court at that time will determine whether a crime has been committed and whether it's more likely than not that you are the person who committed the crime.
Yes.
If the court finds that there is probable cause, then the case moves to the next step. There is no probable cause, then the charges are dismissed.
Ma'am.
Lastly, you have a right to a trial. At your trial, you have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine any witnesses that the city might bring to testify against you. You have the right to bring your own witnesses, and you have the right to testify on your own behalf.
Yes, ma'am.
You also have the absolute right to remain silent and to know that your silence will not be held against you. Again, today you're here for a first appearance, which means you're here for me to inform you of your charges and set your bond.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
have any questions about anything that I just said?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a question?
Would you have a question?
No.
Okay.
I'm just asking all that about some weed.
Sir, I'm just asking you if you have any questions about anything that I just said.
No, ma'am.
All right. You have two charges. One is disorderly conduct, breach of peace. The other is possession of marijuana less than an ounce. You have a
Yes, ma'am.
$1,000 bond for each charge, totaling $2,000. Will you be able to post bond?
No, ma'am. I'm indigent.
All right. Are you going to be representing yourself, or will you be asking for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, I guess I need a court-appointed attorney, ma'am.
All right, so you'll need to fill out the application. Once the application is received and reviewed, we'll get back to you regarding your eligibility to speak with the court-appointed attorney. In the meantime, if in fact you are unable to post bond, you'll be brought back on, today is Friday, you'll be brought back on Monday. Okay,
So that means I got to stay here the weekend?
that is correct.
Well, if it is, ma'am, I just lost everything that I own. I live in a tent. And people over there where I live at, man, they're gonna steal everything that I own, man. I swear, that's everything. I won't have nothing after this, Judge.
Mr. Mitchell, at this time, I'm not willing to do a signature bond or anything.
Please help me, Judge, because that's all, everything that I have in there, even the stuff that when I first got out of prison, my mom died, and I only got a few pictures and things of that, man. They're gonna steal all that stuff, Judge. It's disorderly conduct. I swear to come back the court or whatever if I need be, but I need a signature bond, man. I need to get access to those things. That's all I have from my mother and my father, and that just been months ago that they passed. I don't have nothing, Judge. That's all I have to my name. And everything that I have in that tent, like the stuff that I work for, the ID, identification, stuff like that, I'm just not getting all that stuff back, and I need that. I need that, man, so I can start my work and stuff. I swear that I just got caught up on the humbug. It wasn't nothing intended, man. I've been out doing good. No harm, no foul, I swear. But I need those things in that tent, in my tent, because the people that's over there right now, man, they 2-3 days gone with this shit. It's over with. They gonna rob me blind.
Well, Mr. Mitchell, you've been here since June 20th. I'm not sure why you didn't come out on the 21st like you were supposed to, which would have been Wednesday.
What you mean on the 21st?
That was your original court date.
They didn't bring me out, huh? They didn't bring me out. Then they told me,
Officer Lopez, do you know why he wasn't brought out on the 21st?
Officer Diaz?
I'm sorry for, I said Lopez. Officer Diaz, do you know why he wasn't brought out?
I do not, I don't know if there was any situation going on with him at
no,
that
it wasn't.
moment. But I don't know why he wasn't seen for court.
They told me later on that I'm supposed to have court, but hell, earlier that day, if I would have known, I would have got it.
I know when he came in, he was non-compliant, but on the 21st, I didn't hear anything.
When I first came in, I was not compliant.
Yes, sir.
What did that mean?
That just meant that you just didn't want to cooperate.
No, man, that wasn't me. That wasn't me, Ms. Dan. Don't do that.
We just had to bring you to a room. You just didn't want to cooperate. That it wasn't anything big, but it wasn't, you know,
Since I wasn't
it didn't
cooperating,
stop you from everything else.
I cooperated.
I don't know what happened for court on the 21st.
I'm Mitchell, Ms. Diaz. I don't know if you remember me or not, but I cooperated since they put me in the car. I've been cooperating. That's on God.
Yeah, we have on your AB that you were non-compliant during the, when you entered. But on the 21st, I don't see why he wasn't seen for court. That would have to be questioned, through the court clerks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do see,
Had any issues with him anytime during.
I do see his application in here. Give me one moment, Mr. Mitchell.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell them to check to see if we have the 21st, court dispositions there. To see if they just reset you or did what they did.
I am going to appoint you to the public defender, so they will speak with you before your next court date.
Well, that means I still got to stay on the judge.
Get one moment, Mr. Mitchell.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yeah.
you remember, why, he didn't go to court on this one? That one that was right in the sense. There's no other.
Mr. Mitchell, are you on parole for anything?
Ma'am,
Are you on parole for anything?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do see a parole violation in here.
Nah, probably, what you mean, parole violation?
As of 6/16, it says it's a parole violation.
Well, I ain't got that straight out, ma'am.
I don't have any knowledge of whether it's straightened out or not. I'm just letting you know it's on your record
Yes, ma'am. I ain't got it straight out.
back in February.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I got that straightened out. Ms. Judge. I'll lose everything, Ms. Judge.
Unfortunately, Mr. Mitchell, that is not a reason for me to allow you a signature bond. I don't have any control over that.
Yes, ma'am.
The situation is whether or not you're going to be coming back to court. And I'm looking at your history.
Oh,
I see a
did.
parole violation. I also see a warrant.
The warrant, they checked on the warrant, ma'am. The warrant was for, South Carolina.
I believe so. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, they already checked on that, ma'am. They checked on that a couple times. South Carolina said they didn't want me, ma'am. It just ain't clear. The officer told me I got to get it cleared up on my paperwork, so it won't show up on my paperwork, because it's gonna happen every time that if anybody pull me over, anything like that. He says it's gonna happen every time. But he said that I was clear on that, though. And Judge, you wouldn't have to worry about me coming.
Officer Diaz, do you see anything about the 21st, Wednesday?
No, they're looking for the second half to see if it was just a reset on him or.
But it's said on the thing,
What it said?
it said reset to 623 did not come out.
Okay, they put recess 623 did not come out.
Did not come out. They didn't even, you can't even hear if they pop the doors out now. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know.
I'm sorry. What did you say, officer?
Non-compliant.
All right.
What is non-compliant, man? You keep saying that. You keep saying that. What is non-compliant?
That you weren't cooperating.
I was not cooperating. I would,
Right.
if I would know I went to court, man, I would have came out. I definitely would have came out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
All right. So with that, Mr. Mitchell,
Yes,
I'm not
ma'am.
willing to do a signature bond.
Please, Judge.
Because in addition to, sir, one moment. In addition to the officers telling me now that you were non-compliant on Wednesday, based on the allegations, I'm not willing to do a signature bond. It's an allegation that you were in possession of a pellet gun as well.
No. He said that pellet gun thing wasn't even accounted for. He said it was just a weed thing.
Okay, sir, I'm letting you know what your charges are, which I've already done, disorderly conduct,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
allegation and the possession of marijuana, and part of the allegation is that you were in possession with the pellet gun. So that in addition to you not being cooperative or compliant on Wednesday, you would have had your first appearance.
Yes,
But I've
ma'am.
given you your bond amount for each charge of $1,000 each, total of $2,000. You'll be brought back out on Monday. I have already appointed you to the public defender. So the public defender will speak with you prior to your court date. And then on Monday, you can talk with, when you talk with the attorney, you can talk with him or her about, your options as far as being released or resolving your case.
So so I got to be here for the weekend, man.
Unless you post bond, correct.
I told you I'm indigent.
I heard you, Mr. Mitchell,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
that is not a reason for me to give you a signature bond. And I explained to you why I'm not giving you a
So,
signature bond.
The reason why you're not giving me the signature bond, because you feel like I won't come back.
1, yes. 2, the allegations are that you were in possession of a pellet gun.
Oh, geez.
And 3, you were not compliant on Wednesday when you were having your original court date.
So I just get messed around all the way around the board. It's all good. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome.
I just got clowned all the way around the board, dog.
All right.
Why you keep telling me like I'm going to comply with Diaz? This your first time. I mean, you ever locked eyes on each other this year.
What are you talking about?
You told her I was non-compliant.
You were non-compliant when you first came in, yes, sir.
This is me and you first time locking eyes with each other.
Mr. Mitchell,
When you
she's
first came in.
Yes,
She's
ma'am.
not talking about you and her. She's talking about the situation when you first came into the jail and the reason why you didn't come to court on Wednesday. Whether or not you've ever seen Officer Diaz before is
Yes,
not
ma'am.
the issue.
Okay.
She's letting you know what was written on your records.
But it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Okay.
I'm just keeping it silent. It's a lie.
All right.
All
All right. Thank you all. Let me stop the recording.
All right.
You all done?
Yeah.